Let's try that. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's better. There we go. Sorry, guys, and hopefully... Ah, there it is! I just accidentally focused you. Ooh, that went a bit weird.
Good job, Tom.
Hello!
Smooth
Ooh,
transition.
I'm getting some weird... Oh, hey, on my screen, actually, that's interesting. Bear with me 1 minute. I'm getting some oddities on my screen, actually.
Okay. Well, as Tom sorts his oddities out,
Oh,
welcome everyone
is it
to
behaving now?
episode.
Hello.
Are you finished?
I think we're okay. Sorry, go on.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome everyone to episode 39 of Dom and Tom Sit, Talk and Hobby. So, as you can see, it's smooth as always, our transition into the stream. And tonight, of course, we'll be talking hobby, Star Wars, and lots of other stuff. So, Tom, what are you working on tonight?
This. Obviously,
Wow.
the pose is slightly off at the moment, but it is a Space Marine that was. So yeah, I do apologise for the pose, but I happen to just be painting just the groinal region.
You are focused heavily on the groin region. It's the finest detail you've ever put into a model.
So once it's dried, I will then I will drop that. And hello, Emperor. But yes, I'm working on this. So essentially, what I'm doing to start with this model is I'm giving it quite a clean paint job, and then I'm going to probably be doing some sponge effect for some battle damage. So I think it'll look quite cool.
Nice.
Especially on the size of the model, because obviously he's now corrected because it was dry enough to correct. There we go. So this is the Mcfarland Space Marine.
Very cool, Tom. Very cool.
I'm actually enjoying sort of getting it done. So
it comes in ultramarine colours, doesn't it?
It does. Well, you can get it grey, but the one that was purchased for me by Mr. Lee was a ultramarine one. Yes. However, just for anyone who wants to do one of these and they want to get the ultramarine one or whatever, or another one, it does spray really well with spray paint, so don't worry about it. But obviously, you can just get the grey one if you wanted to.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
What about yourself?
Well, tonight I'm going to be working on some Chaos Marines. I'm working on the Chaos Marines that are sitting on my desk.
A minute.
I also have some Sisters of Battle that I'm working on. I'll send you a picture of them.
Yeah, did you want me to put them up?
Oh, you can do, yeah. I've actually got something to show instead of just bases this week.
Give me 2 ticks.
And as you put that up, I'm going to enjoy my mince pie.
I have mince pies, but I've got to save them for Christmas Day. I know.
Well, you're not going to be doing much else on Christmas Day, are you, Tom?
No, not really.
So what's everyone in the chat working on tonight? Sorry, before we go into our depressing tier 4 situations. What's everyone in the chat working on? Hello, the Emperor. Welcome to us. I think you're going to be disappointed in me, but Tom, you're going to enjoy.
For the Emperor! Don't eat it too fast, mate. Don't want to get indigestion. Everyone seems a bit shy tonight.
Clone Troopers, nice. Was that Star Wars Legion or something else? Oh, D&D model. Nice.
It doesn't sound like it's Crusade, though.
Range 85's working on Plague Marines. Very cool. Are they the Snap Fit Plague Marines or are they the Plague Marines from the set? Hello, Mr. Blue. More Havocs. Very cool. What weapons? No, what weapons are you working on for your Havocs? And Captain Jack, don't worry, we'll be scratching your Star Wars itch later on, without a doubt. Because of course we missed last week, unfortunately, but we are back, and we're going to talk some Star Wars stuff, aren't we, Tom?
Well, I mean, I will fill in right
now.
But I think you've been watching way more Star Wars than I have for the last week.
True. Oh, freelance cannons and missile. Nice. Very cool, Mr. Blue.
Good.
And Gavin is waiting for some Christmas goodies. Ooh, very nice. What have you asked Father Christmas for, Gavin?
Well.
Oh, and Range is working on the box you can buy. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
7 you buy. Oh, cool. I like the hero ones, actually, you can get. Daryl, you are not Father Christmas. I know you may share some of the features, but you are not Father Christmas.
Oh, that made Vicky laugh quite a bit.
Daryl is a close friend, by the way. We don't just rip people apart in the chat.
No.
Or in Discord.
We only rip our close friends apart. Although he's probably tearing up the fact that we called him a close friend now, so we'll have to beat that down a few pegs.
Yeah. Yeah, so good times. Right, I'm going to start putting some red on.
Well, I can put this thing up now that you've finished rabbiting on.
What?
So here's your first one.
Okay.
So this is Dom's first one. There we go. I'll cover my face while you talk about it because it's your stuff. So there you go.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a relief. Relief for everyone. Yeah. So these are the sisters I'm working on at the moment. So as I've mentioned in previous streams about this, when I'm talking about my sister as a battle, I mucked up the loadout. So as you can see here, I've got 3 storm bolters, a heavy bolter, and the icon person. Of course, the Dominion squad cannot have a heavy bolter, and the Celestines, I believe they're called. I've got too many storm bolters there, so I've got another box of sisters I need to make up, and which are going to go into another battle sister squad. That heavy bolter is going to go into the heavy bolter is going to go into a battle sister squad that I've already made, and I'm going to get another storm bolter, and the head of the squad is going to have a combi flamer, I think. But yeah, I'm really enjoying painting these guys at the moment. So the bases are complete. We've seen the bases before. Yeah. And the greens, I need to do a bit more highlighting on the greens, a bit more dry brushing on the greens. The scrolls and the bits on the banner I need to do. And the eyes I need to kind of do a bit of work on. But they're getting there. I've only put a bit of work into them the last couple of weeks. Of course, this is for my Crusade Force.
I mean, admittedly, they're not warriors, though.
No, true. They are not warriors. However, they will be painted soon. And I have worked on some Necrons, Tom, which will be my next picture that I've provided you.
It's already there.
There you go.
Look at that.
A Royal Warden. I've got some Scarabs as well, which are on Instagram. If you haven't seen them already, go check them out on Instagram. But that's my Royal Warden. A very cool model. I really want to get these guys in action. It's very frustrating, Tom. I've got all these models.
Honestly, it feels this feels longer than the first lockdown now.
Yeah,
since we've actually managed to, because the last game we played was the Apocalypse game.
Yeah,
which obviously was a very good filler game.
Yeah,
but for the weird thing was about after that game is I kind of felt like I wanted to get back into 40k straight away. I didn't actually feel like I'd had enough.
Yeah. I think because maybe it was such a big gap between that and the Apocalypse game.
Exactly.
I kind of think this is my analogy for the Apocalypse game. It's a bit like if you worked on an oil rig and you get some shore leave, you come back to your wife, you have a lovely evening with your wife, and then you got to go back to the oil rig, and you start looking at other things going, I could substitute that while I'm away from my wife, which I won't do because I don't want to get into any online gaming. Like that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's how I feel. I have had one game of 40k since then, with Dave Holland.
I don't think he's there actually. I'm not sure. I haven't seen his name pop up. I don't think he might be.
Yeah, so myself and Dave worked together, and on our lunch break, we had a little 500-point game in one of the empty offices, which was.
Oh, he is there. There he is.
Oh, hello, Dave. Yeah, come play Star Wars Old Republic. No, I won't do it. But yeah, we had Space Wolves versus Necrons, so that was quite fun. And Dave's, I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying, still quite new to the game, so it's always good to get a bit of practice in, and it's good for me to get a little to scratch the 40k itch. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. And then I'm quite happy with the sisters; they're looking good, and the other boxes on the shelf getting ready to get made up into 2 different spots.
So I'd like to hear, mate.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. No, I was just saying, just echoing the point, because obviously I have managed to play a fair few 40k games recently, as you're probably aware of. If anyone who is on the channel, hopefully you've watched the campaign games. But yeah, looking forward to doing some different ones after that now. Just sort of because that was obviously it was the same armies over and over again for 5 games, which is good, but at the same time can get a bit like I kind of want to try some other stuff out. Hence my Death Guard that I've been painting recently. So that's going to be probably going to have a little Death Guard break game before we go on to Orcs and Crimson Fists.
Yep. Those who want to join our Discord, I just put a link up. So come along and join the family. We're growing every day, and it's always good to see new people join our little community.
Please do. Please come along. We'd like to hear from all of you, and you can join in some painting competitions like the one we've got to announce today.
We have.
That was a
segue. So a bit later on we'll be going through our painting competition, the fortnightly one we run. Go through the entries and who has won this round. And we'll also announce the next one as well. So hopefully a lot of you won't have to work over the Christmas period. You have some time off.
Extra painting time
at home, not being able to see anyone. Except your loved ones that you lived with, and do some hobby. Win-win.
Get an F and chat for tier 4.
Yeah. If you're in tier 4, like myself and Tom.
Yeah. For those who don't know, obviously where we are is tier 4, and it has scuppered a fair few plans. Me and Dom actually can't even see each other like we normally do on Christmas Eve, which is something we're going to miss out on. So we're obviously a little bit bummed about that, but I was trying to think of positives as well, because that's what we got to be positive. And obviously I realised that I get to cook my own Christmas dinner for the first time in about probably 6 years. Which is quite novel. So
beach beers,
yeah.
I know that, but be irresponsible, Dave. We would not be doing that.
Beach beers at a.
Also, it's December. Sorry.
That's okay. You're more than welcome to it. But yes, so we were. I was even trying to get Dom to do a remote game of 40k with me at some point. That'd be good. Be fine. You've got your World Eaters army here. You can do an army list. You know it by now.
Yeah, I know what's in the army.
Exactly.
Vicky, move the models that way.
Yeah, you can get Vicky to play for you.
Yeah, there we go.
And then there's no pressure, because all you got to do is win, because that's the one thing that Vicky's managed to consistently do for most of those games. So if you lose, you'd have to give your army to Vicky.
I'm not sure I like that prospect.
I think it's fair.
If anything, it's made me love them even more, watching them thrash your army.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they were playing with some tweaked rules. No cost increases, Dom, of course, yeah.
Tom, did you have a chance to look at the miniature of the year 2020?
I did not, actually. No.
Didn't you? You haven't voted.
No, is this on Games Workshop's website, perchance? No, and I feel a bit bad now. I must have missed that one. I haven't really been keeping up with the community updates for a little while, sadly. And hello, Mr. Ceres. I presume I've missed the boat on this one.
You might still be able to vote. It's just a Survey Monkey thing they did.
That's weird. I normally get an email.
There was some good models actually this year. I voted for Fracker because I think Fracker's an incredible model. Unfortunately, I haven't seen him because I haven't played any games with anyone.
Well, I'm actually thinking about getting Thraka, but I'm making him into a custom war boss for myself.
Do it.
And hello, Peter. And Sarah's voted for the Silent King. One for blue for Fabius.
Yeah, the Silent King, another incredible model. I mean, that's the problem. There's so many brilliant models that have come out this year, and people have been able to play against.
They don't tend to do bad models anymore.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously, we did have that stream where we went through the bad models before, which was quite amusing. And it was, some of them obviously used to be quite bad.
Yeah, some are quite terrible, others are pretty bad. Yeah.
Oh, apparently there's also a win your army, build your list and share your list to win your list. I've just seen that as well. You see?
Yeah, maybe you should do that.
Oh, I may have to.
What army would you pick? What army would you like Games Workshop to provide you, Tom?
I'd probably have to pick something I haven't got any of. To be fair, I'm not quite sure what I'd pick. I think I'd do something that I haven't got at all. But interesting enough, you couldn't.
What army would tempt you? What army do you think Tom should go with, guys?
I'll probably do a Tyranid one.
I just thought Gavin put.
I know he was going to put that. He's desperate for me to play Nids.
Oh dear. What attracts you to Tyranids?
They're a bit different to what I normally play, I think. And I do actually I quite like Tyranid models, to be honest. It's not an army I would freely collect at the moment, unless I cleared everything out off my workspace, because it would be something I'd want to concentrate on quite a bit. Because typically my armies aren't particularly organic, if that makes sense. They're more power armory, obviously, as you're more than aware.
Yeah, suited and booted.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Death Guard is a little bit blurring the lines on that one. But I would, more orcs would be nice as well, Ceres. But I think if I had the opportunity to get an entire army, it would have to be a brand new one.
Yeah, a free army, might as well go for it.
Each winner will receive their army list up to a maximum of $1,000. And when's it? 8th. Oh, they're going to draw one winner each day from the 4th to the 8th. When's it got to go in? So you have until the 16:59 GMT on the 7th of January.
Oh, there you go. If you haven't already, go and check it out, guys.
Actually, yeah. Well, while we're on that subject, what do you think of the app now, Dom?
Yeah. Obviously, if people haven't realised, or they probably have now, the Games Workshop app now has the army builder thing in it, which I quite like. I'm still a bit unsure on it because it seems like almost too good to be true that it's working in some ways. I'm like, where's it gonna go wrong?
I think they learnt their lesson from the initial release of the app.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I think there's a couple of things they could do to change it. Like, I would love to see, obviously you buy the codex, you get the digital code to put into your app. I would love to see some form of stratagem implementation there, that you could have almost create a deck for your army.
It'd be useful because it would kind of bring together the 40k app parts and the battle list bit together. I think the thing I'm still not a huge fan of is how they filter the units out when you're building the list. Because when you add something, you've got to go from HQ all the way down to whatever it is just by scrolling through, which I think is a bit of a weird way.
Yeah, I think if you're a Space Marine player, you've definitely had your comeuppance.
I mean, that's scrolling for days. I just want to put another model in.
Yeah, but generally I quite liked it. It was pretty easy to use once you've kind of made one army with it or whatever. I found it quite easy to click on certain bits and go, right, I've got the stat line, I've got the weapon profile, or I can change.
And actually, you can see all of the profiles, and also because it's a Games Workshop official app, the likelihood of the points being wrong. I mean, obviously, there is a slight likelihood of that, but I'm saying it's official points, and also you'd like to think that people that are trying to do certain illegal combinations wouldn't be able to do that in their own app, because they're the ones who wrote the rules. So if it doesn't work, it kind of clears up a little bit of ambiguity on certain setups, because they're like, well, you can't actually do it, so maybe you can't do that.
Yeah. I found the so if you think of Battle Scribe, for instance, their one's a little bit more complicated. Maybe because the only codex essentially I have is Necrons, and there's only so many options for upgrades you can have on there.
Yes.
So from my experience using it for Chaos Space Marines, for instance, I'll come up with your biker cannot be armed with blah 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 blah. And with Necrons, it's essentially you can have this or this. There's no other upgrades.
There's not really much on there, is there? No.
Yeah, so I can't look at it for problems because I've only got a limited army to use. But I would love to see stratagems have their own particular deck there that you can use and pull things out. Because it seems weird that you had to buy the physical codex to unlock the digital.
Yeah.
But you still need the physical one or the cards to use the stratagems.
Yes. Well, the stratagems are in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you have to go back to find the bits
outside of the battle. Yes.
I would rather use the army builder on there. Is it Battle Forge? Is it called?
Yes. Well, yeah.
And use just exclusively that rather than go, this is my army list, but if I want to find a stratagem, I've got to come out of this, go into the codex here, and then look it up and down rather than I can make my own little deck here and use that.
That makes sense.
And also, Forge World. Is Forge World going to have units put into that?
It is in there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, can you introduce Forge World units in there? I mean, so the Forge World book.
You just need the compendium, the Imperial Compendium book on.
And you'll get the code for that.
Yeah, I've got the code for it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. No, I don't know because I haven't got it.
Yeah.
So
I've imported it already and I've used it.
Cool. All right, that's brilliant.
It does work. Yeah. I wouldn't have minded it much if they put more lore into the physical codex, but yeah, I mean, I think you're going to see more lore from their story books they're doing. I think.
Yeah, it's a bit rubbish, isn't it?
Because it was a bit light. I will confess as well. I think I kind of agree on that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's going to be expansion books, though. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, I think it's maybe not necessarily good to sort of look at it in a kind of isolated way.
Yeah, it depends what you've got as well. I mean, for instance, like if you want the lore on Black Legion, for instance, or a Chaos Terminator, you've got like editions worth of stuff on there. So you don't necessarily want to. It would be nice to be in the codex, but you can look it up. But for instance, I'm going for my codex here. My next one. Let's find him. The guy that I've got here, Royal Warden.
Yes.
Okay, so brand new model from the G-Dub. And all the lore that you have for this guy is essentially wherever he is.
You can't find him now, can you?
There. It's this bit here.
Oh, the little snippet. Yeah.
That is all the lore for this one guy.
Did you not even have an entry at the beginning of the book then, or?
No, the normal Necron warriors do, and your other units, some of the other units do.
Interesting.
And for instance, like the Hexagrammid Destroyer, the new Destroyer, he's got a little bit because they all fall under one section. So you got like maybe half, you got a sentence on him maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a bit sucky when it comes to some of the new units. They don't get as much lore than they used to.
No.
And maybe over time that's going to be amended.
I said hopefully with expansion books and things like that, you'll get a bit more interesting lore. But obviously, I doubt they're going to focus on singular units unless they're a named character. I suspect. So you're going to have to hope that they. I mean, it'd be nice if they brought things out each one which was just a lore book. Yeah, that would be quite nice. But I've always said it'd be quite nice for them to separate the books out into cheaper books, and you can get just the rules or just the lore, just so you can sort of pick and choose what you want. Because I know there's people out there that don't necessarily not like the lore, but maybe don't follow it that much, and just want to play the rules. But obviously, then I suppose the best thing for that is the actual app, really. Interesting.
Well, I think it feeds into Black Library, doesn't it now? Because obviously Black Library,
yes.
a massive system, massive cog in the Citadel GW
definitely.
machine. And so, like you said, like it feeds into all these novels that are coming out that you might go, oh, I'm going to pick up the latest Necron one, because that might have something about Royal Wardens in there, because they're a recent unit, and obviously, not that I've seen so far. No. But a lot of the Marine ones, for instance, are going down that road where you've got the excuse me while I look up the names for them. You've got like the Nexus stories and the Crusade stories, etc., etc. And you can kind of go and pick up that book and go, oh, cool, it might have something to do with Primaris Marines in there. So I'm going to go and read up about that.
I mean, I'll
But
tell
that
you, yeah. I mean, speaking of expansion books, the one that impressed me the most actually was the. I really enjoyed using the Crusade books, the mini Crusade books, which obviously you're supposed to use when you're doing a crusade, but at the same time they've got some really good missions in there actually. That's what I based all the campaign games off when we were playing recently with the World Eaters versus Templars and Sisters. There was actually some good. Okay. Take care, Ceres. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yep, take care. And Range want some Lamb Raiders. Yeah. Everyone should have some Lamb Raiders. Might not be super competitive at the moment, but
I actually thought you said Lamb Raiders just then.
Lamb Raiders, yeah, they go cross into the field, grab them, run off. Goodness, that's what happened to Lambs then.
Oh, it's orcs, probably something horrific. We love orcs. But let's say, what time are we on? Do you reckon it's about time we have a look at these entries?
Yep, can do. Yeah, anyway, Lamb Raiders, before we go on to that, I like a good Lamb Raider.
I know I've heard you do.
Yeah, I just think they're cool. It's a good way of delivering units. They're pretty strong and tough.
I should probably do a game with some.
Get them if you like them.
That's it. I should actually do a game with them soon at some point. I haven't actually used my Lamb Raiders in a long, long time.
Yeah, Range. I agree.
Recently, but
the look of them is very cool. Very much like the Mark 1 tanks at World War One. It's very cool. Right, shall we do some painting competition?
Yeah, let me just put this last little layer on
painting
the
challenge.
here.
Sorry.
Let me just get this one little layer on this backpack bit.
Mr. Blue, yeah, that's always good. But the two Lamb Raiders I got from my word bearers. One used to be a Blood Angel one, which I half-inched, but I didn't half-inch. I purchased it with my friend. And the other one I got on eBay, which had the word bearer panels on. I don't think I've purchased a new Lamb Raider for a very long time. So yeah, always good to pick up a second-hand vehicle. I think give it a bit more love.
You'll probably find quite a few Lamb Raiders, I suspect, knocking about because they're not the most used competitive vehicle.
No, but they are cool.
Right. Excuse me. Okay, so let's get our image up here.
Physical.
Don't need any of that, Dom.
Don't we?
Right, are you ready for the first image?
Go for it. Let's talk about it. What model we?
So well, this is going to be the number one, which is going to be the 3 Blade Guard veterans. And hopefully you can tell us who they're from, Dom, because I do not actually know.
Well, I didn't tell you, Tom, because I don't want you to be biased. So,
I see.
These are from Captain Jack. Captain Jack, are you in the chat tonight?
Captain Jack in the chat.
I think I saw him earlier. So this challenge was to do a squad or team or gang or warband between 3 and 5 models. Hello, Captain Jack. And so these are the entries. Tom, do you want to go through first what you like about these particular chaps?
Yes. So obviously I'm quite a big fan of Blade Guard veterans anyway, because I think they're a really cool model, personally. Now, one of the things that is quite cool is obviously slightly different effect on the metal. I think chrome would be the best way to say it. I think because it's got a nice little shine on it. But I'd like the way that contrasts against the quite, I suppose, dull's not quite the word, but the slightly muted shield. It's almost like a marbled effect on the background, and then the metal popping out from the front of it, which is quite nice. But again, I love a good Blade Guard veteran, so I might be a bit biased on it a little bit. But what about you?
Well, yeah, a bit like you with the like I said about the armor being very, very shiny and chrome, and the shield kind of being quite flat.
Yeah.
I love, that's such a nice difference, isn't it? Because I think sometimes when you're painting a particular style, you're kind of stuck in that style, aren't you? You don't want to do anything different. I'm going to move this way a little bit so you can see my pleasant face.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And no, that's
I'll try and get this.
you apologise too. So I really like it. I've done a similar thing before with my blood crushers, where I've used different paint styles for different parts. So that's what I really like about that, rather than getting stuck with a particular way of doing it. And also, I like the little crosses on the shields.
Yes.
I don't know the models too much, but I'm guessing that's just freehand. I don't imagine that's part of the actual design.
Because obviously
we
were actually, we were talking about.
Oh, Isaac. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, yeah. Hello, Isaac. Obviously, we were talking about these particular things the other day, weren't we? Because you were asking me what I was going to put on my ones, because I've left them all black at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Black Templars, they typically have it's like their Crusade emblem for the Crusade they belong to. So there's quite a lot of scope to do quite cool things with that little bit of shield. So the cross is nice. There's a nice addition on there, definitely.
Yeah, I've always been a bit jealous of that, of the Loyalist Marines, that they have those nice little shields on there. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
You
Fine.
all right with that one? Yeah, well done, Captain Jack. Okay. And yeah, Captain Jack, I bet it is a pain to get a nice picture of him because of so shiny. But no, it's really good. I really like that. Well done.
Well done, Jack. Well done. Right, next one.
Okay, so we have got some Guardsmen by Taggart, I think. Taggart? I think that's his right name. Yeah, Taggart. Right, so I'll go first with this one, shall I? Mm-hmm. As you can see here, nice backdrop of... hello, Isaac. There we go. Nice backdrop of Isaac's hand there that we can see. But what I like about this is almost like the digital camo effect, or the urban camo.
Yes.
You don't often see like an urban camo effect because I think it's more of a challenge to do, and it's more hard work than just doing it like almost one tone and doing a bit of dry brushing on there or whatever. So that's one of the things I like on there, and also a key part of any guard squad or guard army is to try and change the like squad identification.
Yes, I was going to say coherency. And
yeah,
consistency of squads is quite nice, because a lot of people obviously just do a lot of guard stuff and then it all gets lumped in. I know you did something with your bases, didn't you?
Yeah, so on the underside of my bases, I put the platoon number and the squad. No, so the platoon letter and then the squad ID on there. So although I had to turn the models over, it was easy when I'm laying them out to go boop, 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 boop. And to do a number on the shoulder pad is a great idea. So yeah, I like that. That's very nice. What about you, Tom?
Yeah, I'll echo the same comment. So nice bit of consistency with the squad markings, and digital camo is, as I said, I must admit, it's not something I would probably attempt. I think I'd probably mess it up quite badly. It's not my style of painting at all. But other than that, it's obviously getting everything done in the time frame is, especially Guardsmen is quite a challenge, because I find them quite irritating to paint sometimes. Actually, I must admit. So well done for sticking at it and getting as much done as you did. So and ultimately, it's a good job. So
yeah, well done. Thank you very much for your contribution there. I like it. I used to do a command squad there as well. So good stuff.
So next up. It's a bit of a widescreen one. Someone's actually done the photo the right way. Sorry. Dom knows what I'm going on about. Right, so we have some Plague Marines by Range 85. Yes. Range, we know you're in the chat, so well done. Thank you for your contribution. Indeed.
So do you want to start this one?
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, I've been doing a bit of Death Guard recently, and actually, Range has been keeping me up to date of his progress the last couple of weeks as well. He's been sending me some messages with some of the stuff I've sort of been seeing these kind of progress, and I know he's put quite a lot of work into them, which is nice. Obviously, I like Death Guard, and this I would say this is probably more towards a traditional Death Guard scheme.
I would say that.
Yeah.
I would say that. Before the current Death Guard models, I think that would be what the look would be. Yeah. I think that it's changed a little bit over time, but I would, traditional is definitely what I'd say there.
I think they come out really nicely. Yeah, you've got a really nice. I think your greens are very nicely muted, but not too much. And what I really like is that the base itself offsets that darkness very nicely. Because I think you use the Tesseract. I think you use the Tesseract Glow. Is that the new one that the Necron thing did?
Yeah.
I think that's worked quite. I know obviously you've done that on the. I can see obviously on the eyes you've put a little bit there as well. I think just to sort of bring the glow out a little bit. And for Death Guard models, I'll say they actually look quite a clean paint, if that makes sense. I know obviously you can see there's rusted and there's decay, but it's done in a very, I think, quite a crisp manner. It's very different to the way I do mine, which is much more of a, once I've actually painted the model, even though I think they actually look quite nice when they're painted, I just go, right, let's put some corrosion on here. But I think you've achieved a nice effect from that, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, pretty much mimic what you just said there, Tom. And I really like the plague sword on the champion there as well. I think that's quite a nice little touch, nice difference as well. But yeah, I think, like you said, between the bases and the models, it's nice to go, why didn't you use that green? And then go, well, I've used it on the base. So it's not like I'm stuck with one palette, one color.
No.
I can actually go between this, but this is my decision to use this green here, which I think is quite nice to kind of.
I'd almost say it has an effect of it's almost like they're dripping decay in a certain way.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, not necessarily the ground is glowing, but maybe the pustules are just popping on the ground. It's turning into like green bubbles, which I think looks quite cool. Anyway, so sorry.
Yeah, I feel like what we were saying about like Captain Jack's Blade Guard veterans, that you've got this chrome effect on the armor, and then the shield is different. And I think it's always quite interesting to see that they don't all have to be matchy.
No.
Sometimes you need that little bit of contrast. But yeah, no, awesome. Well done. Well done.
And we have our last entry for tonight. There's only 4 tonight, guys. So I know this one was actually. I think this is quite a challenge for people. Actually, I think this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to bring this on. I'm going to try and bring the size of this one up a little bit because it's a slightly smaller image. I'm sorry if it goes a bit pixely, but the one we've got here, we have one. Me and Dom, obviously, the originals, that we can see them a little bit clearer. So we're not necessarily judging on this particular level of quality photo. So there we go. John, off you go.
So this is from Aaron. It's some Janissaires from Infinity, and we're not as savvy as we should be with Infinity. I might have fobbed everyone off on the last competition where I actually pretended I knew what I was talking about, but I did not. So Aaron did give me a little explanation who is who in this unit, but I really like these guys. So I'm going to go first on this one. So as we are all, well, maybe some of us are unfamiliar with it, the models, I think the scale's great there. But the yellow and blue contrast there is quite cool. I really like that. Good bit of highlighting there. And as we all know from previous streams, I like a good base.
Yeah,
and the bases there are really nice. I don't know if Aaron follows the stream. But Aaron, I like the bases. Really good stuff there. But yeah, that's what I like about it. Yeah. Tom, what about you?
I mean, obviously, bases for me, I think they look fantastic. However, the things that I like on here is there's a few details on the. I'm trying to work out what they are. I'm assuming it's on the shoulder parts, the armor, the blue armor, the numbering, but also the writing on certain parts of the armor and the shoulders is really. It looks really, really crisp, and it really stands out, which is really nice. I've not really paid any attention to Infinity, but a couple of the models I've been seeing recently, I think it looks quite interesting. It's a very different style to 40k, obviously. I'm not quite sure what the little thing is. Is that a grot?
I could tell you.
But that's quite cool because the little shield looks wicked. It's fine, but ultimately, I think some of the highlighting on that is particularly good as well.
The little robot projects an anti-hacking firewall.
Well, there we go. Well, yeah. I learn something new every day. So
there you go. Everyone needs one of them. Very cool. So, like I said, we've only 4 entries on this one. And can understand this, Tom, but getting a bit hectic. Everyone's kind of getting a bit tired from work, etc. But as I said earlier, we've got a couple of weeks off now, guys. So there's some take it down a notch. Get
No, I
some
mean
models out.
this is more for you guys as a challenge. You know, it's not. We're not. There's
Yeah.
not a. You know, we just want to give you. You know, something.
There is no financial reward
yet.
at the moment. But I would. I think we would both agree here that Aaron's squad here is going to be the winning squad this fortnight. So let's give him a quick round of applause.
Yes.
Well done, Aaron.
Yeah, we both decided this one out of the four was definitely one of the best ones out of the lot. So well done, Aaron.
Yeah, really nice. Once again, I've said before, you don't necessarily have to do 40k. If you've got another hobby that you'd like to do, feel free to do that. I mean, I'd probably still do 40k, but you have got the option there to do something a little bit different. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are doing another painting challenge. So you've got 2 more weeks up until the 5th of January.
January
2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To paint yourself a vehicle. The only thing is the vehicle cannot fly. It can be anything else.
Does that include hover before people start asking that question?
Yeah, you can hover. You just can't go too high. So you can propel yourself a little bit off, like Sea-Cat. If anyone remembers Sea-Cat, which was more of a local reference.
So what we're saying is, a Space Marine Gladiator tank is yes.
Yes.
A Storm Raven is no.
Orc truck. Yes. Dwarf steamroller from Blood Bowl. Yes. Adeptus Titanicus tank Titan. Go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, you've got 2 weeks. Once again, it'll be up in our Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord already and you want to be part of this challenge, please come along and join. I'll put the link below. Hopefully it'll. There we go. Make sure you come along and join the fam. It will be good to have you there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see what you guys can produce. Once again, it can be any game. It doesn't have to be Games Workshop. It could be Flames of War. Could be anything.
World War II stuff. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what though. Getting away from the painting challenge, I've been watching Waterloo, the old 1970s.
Oh, film. I love that film. Is that is the? Yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I'm thinking the same one as you. But I'm pretty sure.
It is brilliant. It's on YouTube, so you don't even have to have a
I own it.
YouTube. You can
actually own it. I actually own it. I actually own it on Google.
And there's the fan edited edition, which basically you've got stills, but it writes up the script of what was meant to be said, because I think some things were filmed. But man, it is such an incredible film. You've got all those extras. None of it was done by computer graphics. It's literally it's all there.
Well, I mean, the best way to tell that is when they do the horse scenes. They're just they're so obviously like this. Yeah. But it's brilliant. It's because it's just good. A knight, knight's a vehicle. That's good. Yeah, knight's count. Yeah,
exactly. So all good times. So that's what I've been watching, Waterloo, and I've been tempted by doing Napoleonic stuff. To be honest, I'd really like to get a couple of models and just do something. I don't know how other people feel about historical wargaming, but it could be interesting. And yes, Range, you can do a Land Raider.
That's what I was just. Yeah.
Oh, the stars have aligned, and you can do a Land Raider.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Just
so.
Over something. So, one moment.
Oh, and Mandalorian, guys.
You can start talking about that, and I'm trying to remember all the things I watched. I'm looking for the name of stuff that I've watched. Obviously, I was supposed to give everyone something to watch, and I didn't do that because I actually couldn't find anything in time that I thought would be fair for people to watch. So I'll try and do something this week before the weekend.
Yeah, over the Christmas period.
Yes.
Find a Christmas film. No one say Die Hard. Come on, let's let's not have this conversation. But Mandalorian, what an ending! If you haven't seen it already, go and watch it on your Disney Plus, whatever you're going to watch it on. Tom, amazing, all series, and then
I'm pondering of resubbing because even my boss is now on at me about watching it. So
yeah, exactly. And yeah, you should. It's amazing. And yeah, it was a brilliant episode. I thought it was really good. And I'm looking forward to see what they do next season if they do it. I think they're doing a third season. And at the end of, this isn't really a spoiler, you've probably seen it all over the internet. At the end of the credits, Boba Fett takes over Jabba's palace, and it says the Book of Boba coming in 2021, and you're like, yes, that's going to be brilliant. As well as all the other stuff they announced. Disney Plus announced all the other Star Wars series coming out, so it's going to be good.
It'll be interesting to see how many of them actually are good. I think that'll be the interesting bit. I think.
Yeah, I think they've got a very good on the Star Wars TV stuff. I think they've got a really good team. I think the films have kind of dropped the ball in certain cases, but the TV stuff is brilliant, and I think that's a way forward. To be honest, I think everything that's going on in the world at the moment, it's going to be on your streaming services now.
I think movies are not dying a death. I think that's probably they're just going to change the format that they were going to view them in. I mean, sadly, cinemas are. I mean, it's going to be very tough for them to recover in a very meaningful way. I think to get to the same level, because I think not just with everything that's going on, I think people maybe just won't go back to them if services are offered in your home. Because ultimately, as a lot of people will probably agree with, when you go to cinema, you normally get fleeced for the extras. And that's really the problem. So I think it would be interesting to see. But that's probably why Disney's are taking this approach, though, because they can do more because it's not a blockbuster. But then saying that, a lot of their stuff is turning into blockbusters because
I think they've learned a lot. I think so. Obviously, you got Mulan there, and it's obviously you can watch it. But initially, they were like, you got to pay extra for it, and I think they've learned their lesson that actually maybe that's not the best service we can do. So I'm trying to get more people on board with the streaming service. And as Captain Jack Favreau, in charge of Star Wars, he can't do any wrong in my eyes so far. It's just hit after hit.
He's a good director.
Yeah. And the thing is, as well, with The Mandalorian, it's not just one director. They've got a series of directors. So every episode, you might have a different director. And each one of them has done a brilliant job. So I'm really impressed. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with this new stuff that's coming out. So yes, well done, Disney. Good job.
Yeah. Well.
Tom, what have you watched recently?
I've actually watched. Now I'm starting to remember. I was basically what. Sometimes everyone's got. This is an interesting thing I thought I'd bring up because when you for instance, if you watch a film which has an actor in it that you like, you'll finish that film and you go, I kind of want to watch another thing with that actor in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever have that particular kind of thing. So
Con Air, and then go on to National Treasure after that.
Dom, I mean, for me, it was Russell Crowe this week for some reason. Don't know why.
Okay. Master and Commander.
Oh, I've got to watch that now. No, this started off me watching American Gangster.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you've watched that. It's
with Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington. Yep. And the reason why I watched American Gangster to then put me onto the Russell Crowe thing was because I'd watched Man on Fire previously.
Yeah.
And I wanted to watch another film with Denzel Washington, so I watched American Gangster, and it was like, oh, Russell Crowe. Haven't watched some of his stuff. And then I went on to watch one of his slightly newer ones from, well, I say newer ones, it was 10 years ago, for Christ's sake. The Next 3 Days, don't know if you watched that.
I don't think so. No.
It's not gonna win any major awards. But I enjoyed it anyway. It's got I forget her name now. It'll come to me in a minute. But it was about a kind of a prison break thing. But it was good. It was not bad. I wouldn't say.
What's everyone's favourite Russell Crowe film in the chat tonight?
Now there's a good question.
What do you put in there? See how many people put Romper Stomper. Jeez.
the thing about Russell Crowe though is that seriously, he does a really interesting range because he can do some. I mean, obviously everyone knows him for like Gladiator for starters. Yeah, that's a cracking film. Obviously American Gangster, I thought he was bloody good in. I want to watch State of Play, which I haven't watched yet. That looks quite interesting because that's got Helen Mirren in it as well and a couple of others. So.
I think so. My personal one would be Master and Commander.
That is
not necessarily for his performance. I'm sure it is good. I can't remember how good his performance is, but just the whole film is just absolutely beautiful film. I'd quite happily watch that.
I remember the other film I watched now, which is more recent, Broken City.
Broken City.
Yes, which had Mark Wahlberg and Russell Crowe in it.
Oh, right, okay. Right.
That one definitely won't win any Oscars. But but it was just one of those because I typically the other thing I try and do is when I'm painting a little bit, I try to find something that I can kind of watch easily without going too in depth with it because the one he was in with Ryan Gosling was pretty fun. Which one was that one? I'm trying to think now. Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. I don't know. I watched. I did actually watch something with Ryan Gosling in it the other day. Though I watched Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell as well. Don't know if you've seen that.
Oh yeah.
So funny. So
I've actually such a good
actor.
Russell Crowe.
He is a good actor. Yes. I'm going to put up his filmography, Dom. Actually, let's have a look. Let's have a look. See if we've forgotten any.
Go for it.
Because that's always quite an interesting.
And I'll go into my Star Wars tradition in a moment and try to watch them all.
Beautiful Mind.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
I quite liked his 2010 Robin Hood.
Did you?
But it's not my favourite. I don't know. I'm a bit of a sucker for that Robin Hood story. That's probably why.
No. Yeah. The only good thing I liked about that film was the battle sequence at the beginning when they were in France.
Oh yeah.
When they were sieging that castle. I really liked that. I thought it was a really nice kind of twist because it was kind of more like this modern military spin on a typical medieval battle. I like that. But the landing bit with the French, oh goodness, that was
the worst bit. I concede that. I'm not gonna. Because they also had Mark Strong in there, didn't they, as well? And Kate Blanchett, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But there's also we had the man with the iron fist when he played Jackknife.
Okay.
Do you remember that one? Or you've not watched that one?
Yeah,
watched that. I actually quite like that. Yeah, that was I thought that was quite enjoyable. Body of Lies. Oh, 310 to Yuma.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. That's another good one. Good. And I quite like Cinderella Man myself, but I'm quite I like boxing, so it's one of I'm just going back now, going through all this. There's actually something I don't even know, but but yes. What was the first thing he ever did? Here we go. He was in a TV series called Spy Force, and he played an orphan in 1972.
What's the one where he's a serial killer and he's like a AI or something like that, and he's given form?
Ooh. That's an interesting one. Not heard of that one.
Does anyone know? Let me have a look. Anyway, as someone looks it up, I'm going to go on about my Star Wars films. So I've gone through all the prequels now, and some of them stand up quite well, others not so much. Like Phantom Menace. I quite like a lot of that, but the Naboo stuff is when the grass is so flat it looks terrible. So the computer element of that has not aged well. The story's good. I quite like that. Clone Wars, still not. Clone Wars is a hard watch, in my opinion.
I don't like it at all. I don't like Clone Wars at all.
Probably. No, but the last one.
It's Jar Jar Binks. He ruins the whole thing. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, there's theories, isn't there, that Jar Jar is actually a Sith Lord. If you hear it once, you go, that Jar Jar is actually, what a coincidence. You stumbled across a couple of Jedi all of everywhere, he's there. And then works his way through the Senate and stuff. But I finished Solo. I quite like Solo. Solo was good.
It's not bad.
Because it's kind of like, it's not this massive story. It's just this little thing.
It's very focused.
Focus on these particular characters. They've done this, done. And that's what I quite liked about some of the others as well, that they've kind of gone this little like offshoot, doesn't affect the galaxy too much. It's fine. My next one obviously is Rogue One, which I'm really looking forward to. I really enjoyed Rogue One. The few times I have seen it, so looking forward to that. And then onto the original, which is going to be fun.
Which you're going to stop. That's it. Not watching them.
And no, you got to interrupt the smooth.
You've peaked at Sith. Avengers of the Sith.
Good. I mean, the thing with the prequels, they are trying to tell a story. It's not exciting as like the original three, and not as Hollywood.
I suppose actually, when you put it that way, they had to sort of shoehorn it in a way that made sense as well. So they were a little bit more restricted as to where they could go with it. However, the sequels were not tied by that particular thing.
Do what they want,
and they still did it wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I won't go into that too much because you're obviously going to watch them as well. Poor Dom.
Oh yeah, I've got to go through all of them. So might have good bits there.
It was Virtuosity, by the way.
Virtuosity.
That's actually got Denzel Washington in it, funnily enough.
There you go.
Yeah. But I haven't watched it, so I'll have to.
No, you need to. You need to go find it. It's probably taken really well. The thing about the prequels as well, like they're going about the Jedi's and all the clones, but essentially it's slaves. They're not they're not getting paid or anything for it. They've been created for a job. They're there. When at least the separatists are using robots, droids. I'm just saying, just going to put that out there. Don't think the separatists were particularly as bad as they're made out.
Yeah.
What? There you go. I'm just saying, let's not look down on them because they use droids.
Oh, I watched Highwaymen as well.
Highwaymen. Which one's that one?
That is the Bonnie and Clyde one.
Oh, right, okay. I think
Kevin Costner and oh my god, I've forgotten his damn name now. That's bad.
I think it was a Stephen King one.
No. It's about Bonnie. It's the Bonnie and Clyde one.
Woody Harrelson.
That's Woody Harrelson. That's the one. Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, it was all right. I quite like that. Yeah, it was quite nice.
Quite long, but sorry, they're popping into my head as I'm thinking what I've watched, and I've actually managed to watch quite a lot. I was trying to catch up with you, Dom, you see, because you seem to watch more TV than me.
I do tend to watch more TV than you. Yeah, that's true. I tend to watch series as well. So what am I watching at the moment? Shit Creek or Shit's Creek.
Oh yeah, Vicky's watched all of that.
Yeah, that's going quite quickly. I'm quite enjoying that. That's quite fun. And what else I watched? Big Mouth. I watched that as well. That was good.
It's a series, isn't it, Big Mouth?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Vicky's watched all that as well.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe Vicky could get on this stream with me.
Well, maybe we should bring her on for a thing. I'll hear her screaming a bit. No, I don't want to come on. Is that right, Vicky?
Yeah.
She's not answering. Maybe she's not even watching anymore.
Does anyone out there recommend a good series or a good film to watch?
And obviously, I'll try and find something to watch as a.
Start the film club.
Our opinions aren't good enough for a film club. I'm sorry, Dom.
They are. Oh.
No.
Certainly. I was hoping to do some dry brushing on my my sisters tonight, but I've left my.
You've got your dry brush down in the house.
Oh, I've got loads of dry brushes. I've got dry brushes out.
Yeah, I know, because it's any brush that's no longer usable as a normal brush.
Yeah, exactly.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh well.
Yeah.
I must admit, I don't think I watched it. Yeah, I watched that fairly recently. It wasn't that. I mean, it was a few months ago, but it was I'm only really a fan of the first three, and the third one is borderline for me. It's an enjoyable blockbuster. That's the way I look at it. I think it's not something that I would go back and watch multiple times.
I think Pirates of the Caribbean, like the first one, I really enjoyed. And the second one was pretty good as well. I think the third one was kind of pushing it, but it was still reasonably.
They
They
had to finish the story, didn't they?
Yeah. It just seems to me that they just went, oh, we're still selling lots of these part of the Caribbean.
Well, Lord of the Rings, always good.
Yeah. Maybe we should do starting at the Hobbit and work our way through.
We only did that recently.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do it again right now. Not the Hobbit anyway. That would be tough. I've got the extended edition, so.
Oh, we can put it in the Discord. We'll have a little vote, a little poll, and we'll work out what people want to watch.
Jack has actually given us a few suggestions.
Oh, Hollywood Homicide. Nice.
I should find something really awkward to watch and challenging.
I'm sure you can do that. The Alien films are good. Second one, obviously, is the best one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm still a big fan of the first one.
To be fair, I think they're actually two very different films, actually. They may have the same subject matter, but they're very different styles of film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think in some ways I prefer the first one because, like you said, they are different films. The second one, obviously, is your action-packed. We're colonial Marines. We're going to go shoot.
Kick ass.
Kick ass. And the first one's kind of like, we've got no guns, but there's something that eats us on the ship.
Yeah.
Which I quite like.
Much more of a survival horror. Although there's actually a very good game out.
Come at night. There's
actually a very good game out on PC called Alien Isolation, which is basically a redo of that, but in of the first one. And I haven't quite tried it yet because apparently it's very atmospheric, and I don't know if I can. I'm not really good with horror games myself.
Yeah. I used to play the Alien games like AVP, and I think it's AVP.
Aliens versus Predator.
That was not good. I think the older I get as well, there's more chance of accidents. So I'll probably give that one a bit.
Heart attack, yeah. That's what you meant.
Yeah, that kind of accident, not a trouser accident.
I remember we used to play AVP in multiplayer, Dom. Oh man, that was It was always wrestling. Everyone got a smart gun, and then we'll pray.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever beat that. I don't think we ever beat that mission. By the way.
The AI Swarm. Man, that's such good games.
Under the Skin is a good, challenging film. Is that is that the plastic surgery one? Under the Skin.
Oh, I'm not good. I don't want to be that, but I'm not particularly good when it comes to operation.
No, I must admit, actually, I'm kind of on board. I'll tell you a funny story actually, because I almost passed out this is at our old school, St Richards, actually, while watching a historical thing in history about brain surgery. I almost fell off my chair in a faint.
Yeah.
Because I am not a huge fan of any kind of opening of wounds close up. But I think actually it's the more real it is, as in like not necessarily the look of it, but the setting. I find it more difficult to watch. If it's if it's just horror, I'm not that bothered about it. But if it's genuine, like someone's this is why I can't watch stuff like Hostel.
Yeah.
Because I find that just like, oh.
Yeah, it's a bit hard going, isn't it? Not good. Oh, I'll tell you what, actually. Sorry, getting back into a 40k talk.
We'll drag it back in.
I am currently listening to the Infinite and the Divine, if anyone hasn't.
Yes, you mentioned this the other week, yeah.
Oh, man, it's so good. I'm really enjoying it. I recommend it to anyone, really, that wants a bit of a change. If you like your 40k stuff, but you get a bit fed up of, essentially, Horus Heresy or
get fed up with it. I've had enough horror, actually.
It's so good. It's so different. Like I put something on Instagram yesterday. Essentially, it is Despicable Me in 40k. Where you got two characters from the Necrons, the Diviner and the Infinite, the Collector guy. Can't remember his name. Trizan. And yeah, essentially, they're both after an artifact, and it's set over thousands of years. Like one will be holding it for ages, and the other one will trick the other one to get it, and they'll just be like in constant competition with each other to try and control it. And it's really good, really worth listening to if you haven't. And you fancy learning a bit more about Necrons, because who wouldn't?
We like to learn about Necrons, Dom.
Yeah, exactly, Thomas.
Exactly. You can't really go wrong with Necrons, can you? I've heard.
No, it's true. You can't. It's good. And Mr. Blue, I have seen Death Star, and it's brilliant.
I
I love
actually
that
need
film.
to rewatch that because I the first time I watched it, I got very disturbed, not as in like mentally, but I mean I didn't quite catch all because I think at the time I was on call and I think I was trying to watch it while doing some work, so I think I missed too much of it to appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's Jason Isaacs in it as Zukov, and he's just brilliant because obviously they haven't bothered trying to do Russian accents; they've just got their own accents for it. So
I think that was sensible. That was sensible.
Yeah, and Jason Isaacs is brilliant, just sneaking in a couple of Kalashnikovs into the palace, which is excellent. Oh, and someone's got a 40k question. Oh, geez,
A 40k question, Dom.
Yeah,
I didn't realise we were doing that.
Yeah, sorry. So Daryl, anyone had any experience with technical storm shield? Supposed to dry mat, but its coat is shiny as anything.
Must admit, never tried it.
Storm shield? No, I haven't. No.
I take it you've mixed the paint radically.
Yeah, a bit weird. I would have thought it comes into the one type. I've definitely done it in the past where I've got Agrax Earthshade and it comes in the gloss version as well. I don't know if you've got the two options and I've accidentally picked up the wrong one.
I've actually gone off gloss.
I don't
think it shades enough. I don't think it shades enough. I think it looks too shiny actually for what it is. If you put Agrax Earthshade gloss on something, you kind of expect it to kind of attain a metalish look. That's the way I think about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it does that personally.
Daryl, have you tried some of the compound? Maybe use that over it as well. If it's still got a glossy, varnishy finish, use some of the old. I'm trying to think what it's called. You know the one I mean, Tom. The old compound stuff you use over hard coat to remove the polish. Medium.
Oh, yeah, medium. Sorry, yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Use some of that, Daryl. That'll hopefully help.
Yeah, I use that on transfers as well because it brings the shine of the transfer off.
Correct.
Which is can be a bit of a pain sometimes. So I would definitely suggest that. Yes. Almost time for your lottery results, isn't it?
Maybe tonight's the night. Oh, to be fair, last week when we didn't stream, we won a $5. So it does happen occasionally that we do win something.
But we didn't stream last week though.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just letting people know that.
No one knows that, but that means you can give Jack his money then.
Look, Jack and I have got an understanding. His check is in the post, and it will get there eventually. Tom, you need to silence him again before he says something.
we don't want him influencing too many other people, right? Is that
upsetting the apple cart, as it were?
Well, never know, Dom. You might be good. And then basically, what we could do then is you buy a house that we can all become one bubble in.
Yeah. Well, we're tier 4 down here, Captain Jack. You ain't coming anywhere near us. Not allowed. Your own safety. That's the thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to come down here right now. It's not sensible.
No. So I don't want to go on a serious note, but it is a bit concerning. Our local numbers at the moment. So be sensible out there anyway, wherever you are.
I know someone of my family worked in the health service, as Dom knows as well, who I'm probably talking about. But I won't name names. But yeah, he essentially confirmed that it is, for whatever you read, it is serious. There's a lot of fake news, as someone may say out there. But in all seriousness, I think a lot of people don't appreciate how under pressure certain services are at the moment. So all I can say to all of you is during the holidays, just stay safe and don't travel if you can. Avoid it. I know it's not nice. It took me a while to sort of come to terms with it a little bit because essentially, as Dom will know, I had a bit of an event the other day because I was very frustrated in that I felt like I'd go and see certain people, and then it's like, no,
Yeah,
bye.
yeah. I think it's going to be tough
Yeah.
wherever you are in the world at the moment, because whatever the restrictions are, you just got to be sensible. Best you can be, really. The government, or our government over here, doing the best they can. It's an unknown situation. Who would have thought, like 9 months on, we'd still be in this situation? And who knows? In 9 months' time, who knows? It's. I don't want to be that person, but I don't think it's going to be changing anytime soon, which is a bit of a shame.
One day, Don will be able to roll some dice in the same room while wearing a hazmat suit.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Which I must be. I'm really looking forward to because it feels like it's been far too long, my friend.
Yeah, it does. It's things that you miss that you didn't think you'd miss. I think that's the main.
Oh, you didn't miss playing with Norman. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can see by your face.
But yeah, it's certain things that you'd be like, oh, I do miss doing that. So yeah,
certain things. No, Jack.
Probably rude.
No, it's fine. I know what you mean. It's just been a very bizarre situation this year. So, but
oh man, yeah.
All I can wish is that everyone in here just stay safe, and I hope you have a very good kind of Christmas area that you can attend to and enjoy yourselves. But myself and Vicky have settled in. Vicky's still got a couple more days' work left because she unfortunately has to go to work. I've managed to get a couple of days off just now, which has really been really beneficial. So I'm quite happy about that. Last minute shopping. Had to get the old Christmas dinner in, Dom.
As you do.
I must admit, as I said earlier, I'm actually looking forward to cooking. I am. I'm looking forward to making it kind of the way that everyone's got a way they like to eat their dinners and stuff. And it's quite nice to have a go at it yourself and then realise how bad you are at it after several years.
So, on the note of Christmas, who out there lets their loved ones and family and friends know that they have to buy 40k based things for them? Hello, welcome from Russia, our new friend. Well, one word, perhaps I can get recommendations from you. Word bearers are the correct legion to play, my friend. And some demon engines. So, demon engines, right? This is something I was thinking about as well, Tom.
Oh, okay. Let's hear this.
So, demon engines, I think, are brilliant for starters, especially if you're playing word bearers. Maybe I should do some sort of series on word bearers and do like tactics or something. I don't know.
Tactics.
But yeah, we'll try some of them. Venom Crawlers, you definitely get your money's worth out of the Venom Crawler as well. But they've got a summoning thing as well, summoning rule, which helps with summoning, but at the moment, summoning's not that great.
I think, yeah.
But Blood Slaughterers, if you're unfamiliar with Blood Slaughterer, here is one. And Decimator Engines are definitely the way to go, I think, although they are Forge World, because they've got some fantastic rules and some nice abilities in there. And with the upgrade on the ballistic skill on Decimators, I think they're probably worth investing in, because I think they're 140 points base.
Okay.
I might be wrong. Might be 160 points. I don't know if you've got the rules there, Tom.
I actually, hang on a second. Yes, no, hang on a second.
Oh, also, Master of Possession as well. For work.
I think it's in the other room, Dom. Sorry, mate.
And Great Possessed. Any way you can increase your demon rules would be brilliant. So, Great Possessed, if you're going to go for combat engine. And of course, Master of Possession, Cursed Earth. Be casting out every opportunity you get within your little demon bubble.
Blood Slaughterer, yes, that's what you're looking for, correct?
Blood Slaughterer, yeah.
Let's see how good the search is on here, shall we?
Don't put just blood in, because you'll get like a billion results. I hope that helps. By the way, sorry, I can't. The characters, I'm familiar with your name.
So Vicky just did off the Chaos book, but I needed the obviously the Imperial Compendium. Sorry, the Pure Armor Compendium rather than the Chaos book. She was trust her. Although she may have heard this and now be going to get that book for me. So, well, yeah, I haven't found this particular. The search on this is terrible still. Sorry, Dom. Yeah, I've just put blood and then typed S for slaughterer, and the only thing that's come up is blood sucking proboscis.
Mm-hmm. That's
there
you go. Helpful.
Yeah. I will go into the actual.
Are quite quick because I think got the movement of 10, and they always advance 6 inches.
Yeah, she's done she did the thing. She listened to the stream. You see, it proves it. She bought me the book, Dom, which is very kind of her. Thank you, Vicky. So we're looking for blood slaughterers, are we? Okay.
Blood slaughterers.
I'm going to go to the actual index part because this could take a while to find because my ineptitude of reading books at the moment seems to be escalating.
It's getting worse.
Chaos. Okay.
Page 121.
Yes.
Come on, Tom.
Oh, you found it? Oh, someone said it.
I haven't got the book. No, I just know.
You just know.
Don't check the chat.
Yeah. I've got the chat off though. I was looking on the webpage.
Oh, okay. It's 100. Page 121.
I've got it. Here we go. All right. It has a 10-inch movement. Yes. There you go.
Yeah, and an advanced sort of 6 inches.
Slaughter blades. Scuttling gut. Each time this model advances, do not make an advance roll. Instead, add 6. Okay. It also has slaughter blades. So if this model is equipped with 2 slaughter blades, each time it fights, it makes 1 additional attack with 1 slaughter blade.
Yeah.
Granted, it has 5 attacks by base 5 base attacks.
You used to be able to take these in squads as well, which is quite cool.
And a strength 9.
Yeah, and it's a weapon plus 2 strength.
It is indeed. Yeah, that's what I said. Strength 9.
Yeah, okay.
Overall with the blade, sorry,
yeah. Yeah, cool. And 2, is it 2 or 3 damage?
3.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
That's very
the harpoon gun?
Yeah, they got the harpoon
gun. I think it adds to the movement if you're charging it.
Each time a model excluding aircraft loses any wounds as a result of an attack made by this weapon, but is destroyed, it is impaled until the start of your next shooting phase. While the model is impaled, its move characteristic is halved. Each time a charge roll is made for this bearer, the model unit adds 2 to the charge roll. There you go.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so obviously it's Mark of Corn.
Can't really argue that, can you?
Boosting it up with other things as well. You can make them pretty nice. 20 possessed, but getting to the enemy is difficult. Today played against a friend of mine, has Ultramarines, Lord Discord, and buff my Venom Crawlers, and the Master Possession helped. Yeah, that's what you advise. I'll stick to that. Thank you. No, that's all right. I think, I like the Lord Discordant. Don't get me wrong. I just think he's such a powerful unit. He's also a massive target. Because he's above the wound characteristic, so he can be targeted relatively easily.
Yeah, that's always I think that's an interesting problem sometimes nowadays.
Yeah, I think it depends how you're playing. If you're just playing like friendly games against your mate, or if you're playing competitive, I try to run 2 Demon Princes, one with warp time, one with death hex. So you just warp time the other one up the battlefield, and then you death hex whatever's in front of you, and charge in. Also, the reroll of 1s is quite helpful for Demon Engines as well. So there's definitely some work there for word bearers, and I love them because the paint scheme's awesome.
Obviously, I'm just going back up the chat a little bit as well, because I saw Range 85 made a comment about Death Guard, and then you Aura. I don't think we discussed that last time because that wasn't actually available.
Yeah, that's true. Should we talk about that?
Yeah. So obviously, the new Aura is essentially minusing toughness, 1's toughness within a range of a Death Guard unit.
Yeah.
And that range gets bigger the more turns it goes on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people. I think when we had a chat in Discord about it, there was a very mixed opinion on it. I think. I personally think it's going to be all right. I think. Obviously, I'm going to wait to see because if you're looking for competitive chit chat about it, I always find that Goonhammer's very good at breaking down all the specifics. So if you want the full overview of that, we'll wait for his article, and I'm sure he'll come up with some pretty good points on it all. But personally, I like the idea of it, and I do feel a little bit, I suppose, not sad, but a little bit. It's obviously they've changed the way that Disgusting Resilient works. Because that wasn't actually out yet either, was it? The other week. I just remembered that. We missed it.
I quite like the.
I'm okay with it because I think it cuts down on a lot of roll time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big fan of that personally.
No, I think it's good. I think like if you're going against Plague Marines or whatever, if you reduce damage, that's perfect because suddenly plasma guns aren't an instant kill anymore. They're like, oh.
They're not scary. And also, the other thing they haven't announced, Dom, is necessarily how many extra wounds Death Guard are getting.
I think they've just got the basic profile of a Plague Marine so far, haven't they? So they do get extra wound. So they are pretty resilient still. I think discussing resilience is just a chance a lot of the time, so that you can buff it one way or another. I think it's quite nice. You can take that factor out and go actually.
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, that they've had someone's obviously done the math on it, and they have effectively worked out that it is a worse thing to have. Mm-hmm. But again, my point I was just about making is we don't really know what the rest of the codex is like really yet. So I think it's very tough to make a call based on.
Very early days for everything in 9th edition. Although we can see like Marines and what Marines have got. Death Guards,
even Necrons, they're pretty good, aren't they, Dom? Would you agree?
I like Necrons. I think they've got some cool stuff. Well, it's hard because in 8th edition, you would have to take this and this to make any decent list. Yeah. And now they've introduced so much new stuff, and we don't know where the game is. But it's more fun playing them because you can make your list a bit more individual than just go, I've got to take 3 flyers and 3 of these arcs, and then we're done. So you can go, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I like the Death Guard Codex. And I think Death Guard is interesting in, like, I think the rules are good. I don't think they're terrible in any way. But I think it's a good taste of what Chaos is going to get. Like, Thousand Suns, Chaos Marines, and Demons. What are Demons going to look like?
Demons are going to be a very interesting one, I think. I mean, obviously, I don't know when they're going to come out from a Codex point of view. It's probably quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Demons are always an interesting one because they are pretty different to most of the other armies, especially within Chaos. And I think someone in the chat said a minute ago, I think Mr. Blue said, it's all about buffing. So Chaos is pretty good at having Demons to buff your Demon units within your Chaos Space Marine army. And I really hope they keep that.
I don't see why they would drop that. So
who knows?
I mean, you never know, Dom, and you're stocking, down here. Yeah, I'm just looking at your presence down here.
Wow.
But there could be something, obviously, I mean, there was a request for general chaosness, so I've tried to stick to that, mate.
Nice, thank you.
I might drop them round, or I might take them for myself. I don't know yet.
Oh, cheers. That's really nice.
It's not Night Lords are Chaos Storm, sorry.
Yeah. No, well, Chaos Light Night Lords.
You see, that's just not nice. And
Mr. Blue there saying, I think Rhino Rush Plague Marines might be a strong option. Correct. I think they're a very good option. I think my thoughts on Rhinos. I think the Rhinos are good now.
Well, I think the other thing is anything that can keep that aura in the game for as long as possible. Mm-hmm. I think is going to be quite a positive thing. So obviously, I'm assuming the Rhinos will also do it. I can't remember if it said I can't remember if it's no vehicles, but even said that if you can get stuff out of the vehicles and in range, jumping out a bunch of even now like just a Plague Marine squad and then firing in.
Well, the Contagion of Nurgle rule says every unit from your army has a Death Guard keyword. This unit gains the following ability.
In that case, then yes, and just thinking, bombing a Rhino forward, jumping out some form of Plague Marine squad with lots of even just bolters with the reduction in toughness could be quite entertaining. I think.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, definitely. It depends how you run your army. Like I said, all different possibilities. Like if you suddenly go, all right, I'm disembarking my Plague Marines onto said objective. The Rhino can either use as a shield, or I can just move the Rhino next to something else and lower the toughness. And then suddenly my bolters are wounding on freeze, or My
Well,
Havoc launcher.
well, even better, you're firing a las cannon at something that's toughness 8. Oh, sorry, firing a las cannon at something that's over toughness 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're suddenly getting a bit of a.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting, and once people are putting it into applying it in games, it's going to like open up all sorts of possibilities because we can just like talk about it now, but someone's going to come in and play against a particular army and use it in a different way, and you'll be like, oh well, that's actually why didn't we think of that? Mainly because we're terrible competitive players, Tom, to be honest.
Well,
but there could be other reasons.
Sadly, I can't. Yeah, I can't really. Yeah. I wish I wasn't that bad, but unfortunately, yeah. So people, you've all watched me play.
But I mean, it happens. I like to try things different.
Yeah.
When I come up with relatively competitive lists, most of the time it doesn't work. But at least I'm trying something different, and it's about having fun all along.
I mean,
if I want to be competitive, I want to play word bearers. Turn out right now.
Well, I've got my 20, Blight Lord Terminators ready, mate.
Brilliant.
I know how much you love my Blight Lord Terminators.
Oh, amazing. Really look forward to that, mate. Right, I'm going to find out my lottery numbers.
Yeah, because I think we're getting near that time, sadly. Also, if anyone hasn't liked the stream yet, please drop us a like, because we do like to see those numbers suddenly boost up. We've got 5 at the moment. There's 12 of you watching. Imagine if some more people hit the like button, Dom.
Imagine if we could have that. I'm sure they will, though, because these people in chat tonight seem pretty decent.
Indeed. And I'm just let's have a look here. Well, thank you, guys. That's good. Got one extra one.
Good stuff. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking at my lottery numbers because tonight's the night.
That's what everyone's waiting for. You know that.
Yeah.
So like, when are these guys going to stop talking about 40k and give me the lottery numbers?
5 promised pounds. We'll have to wait and see, Captain Jack. I mean, don't put your life on hold, Captain Jack. I mean, go out and carry on your life the best you can.
It's okay, Jack. I will if he does win, I will make sure to personally send you the £5. But actually, if he wins the lottery tonight, I will pay you 5 of my own pounds.
Be reimbursed
to hopefully be reimbursed, and I will bring it to you. Maybe I should just say I'll go through the lockdown.
Oh, here we go. Find it.
No, I shouldn't say things like that. That's not good. I wouldn't break lockdown. It's not my style. Dom knows me. I'm not that much of a rebel.
Yeah. Too much of a Loken, aren't you, really, mate?
Loken, yeah.
Yeah, check a 30k reference in there somewhere. Right. Right, let's have a look at the numbers here. Right, so number 2, I've got 2. It's a bit. Last week, obviously, we won a 5 and on me. We won a 5, so I put another lot in. So, excuse me. So number 2 and number 10. Let's go through this. Right, so we've got neither of those numbers there. Right, okay, let's find the other lot.
Sorry, Jack.
Okay. 1642. Okay, that's not looking too smart. Oh, we've got 42 there. And we've got 60. Oh, we've got 16 and a 42 there. Okay, all right. We've got 2 numbers. 50. We've got any 50s? Oh dear, 4 and 11. Well, I've got 2 matching numbers, Tom. Have I won anything?
I don't think you get it for just 2 matching. I think you have to have something in a bonus for 2.
Oh dear.
I'll see if I can find the prizes for Euros list. Let's have a look here.
Hopefully, I can afford
just
the bus
2 numbers. Okay, no, you get so you do get something. If you get 2 plus no, it's the average is £2.79.
Yes. That much closer to my mansion. We can do this.
Just don't ask me how much you're spending on per week on the lottery, Dom.
Yes, pretty good idea not to ask that. Well, like I said, it's a work syndicate.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. But obviously, overall, you're.
I don't think about
that. How much have you given? However, the thing you can think about, Dom, is that all that money is actually going to a good cause. Well,
It's not going to the best cause. I can tell you that right now, mate.
No, I know, but at least it's going somewhere. Well, a portion of that money is going towards helping someone.
Yes. Yeah,
so that's you can be safe in the knowledge of that. At least you're doing charitable stuff stealthily while trying to win money for yourself.
Yeah, for my own selfish needs. But honestly, I was thinking about this, and I know we talk about this a bit on the stream anyway. But if I did win the lottery, a substantial amount, I mean, how much is tonight?
I think it was a rolly over, wasn't it? I think from the previous week.
Possibly. It might have been, yeah. But let's say it was, 40 million or something like that.
Yeah.
I would definitely open up a gaming hall. Probably purpose built.
Naturally.
Just so, like, we could record, we can have events, we could play games, we can invite other people to run events.
Make it COVID safe.
COVID safe. I just think it'd be nice to have somewhere down here that is a big space where people
I must admit, mate, there really isn't anywhere down here that does that. So it's interesting.
And I think I mentioned in the Discord chat, like if you haven't joined our Discord, please do, about having a gamers retreat, as it were, a bit like Valhalla. I think.
Well, we've spoken about this multiple times, haven't we? You know, we've always said it'd be so cool to come up with your own vision for it because, it's something that hasn't happened typically.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, how much fun would that be just to go away with your mates somewhere, like half a dozen of you, to a place where you can play games. There'll be other on-site facilities, but you can just do what you want. Because sometimes that's all you want to do. You don't necessarily want to go and do anything and push the boat out. You just want to have some time with your mates, play some games, meet other people. That's what you want. Geek retreat.
Nah.
Hello, Dan the Kraken.
We'll call it the Toadstool.
The Toadstool. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll fill the swimming pool with those little beads. Could be our spawn.
No.
You don't want to put our spawn in the pool.
That doesn't. I think a lot of people will be against that particular. And is this a new person, Dan Kraken?
Yeah, Dan, welcome. We're just talking about having a gamers retreat, a wargaming retreat, which I think would be quite nice.
Also, just so Dom put the link in again. This is our Discord for anyone who has joined us tonight and would like to come and what you're working on. Well, I was working on this. It kind of went out the window a little while ago once the painting competition thing started. So yeah, this is going to be my Black Templar. Veteran Intercessor, I suppose, is the best way to look at it.
And I've been working on some Chaos Space Marines. Currently working on a guy with a plasma gun.
Tom, speaking of that, so obviously I hadn't really pondered about using Veteran Intercessors before. So I started.
Okay.
Now, because they've changed the way they work now, they're literally you just buy them as a pointed unit now. You don't have to pay any upgrades or stuff like that. So I started having a little investigation. I thought. They're expensive, but I'll just give you the stats here, mate. So, a Veteran Intercessor is basically a normal Intercessor, but obviously with more attacks. So, a normal Veteran Intercessor gets 3 attacks.
Okay.
And the Sergeant gets 4. You give them a Chainsword, which you can upgrade them. That's 5, and you're charging, that's 6.
Yeah. Jeez.
And
is there anything in Black Templars to increase that attack even further?
Sadly not, but obviously what you got to remember is with Black Templars, if they're in the assault phase and you charge and you roll 6s on your assault phase, you automatically wound.
Yep.
So I think that would be quite nasty. Yeah. So I may. So what I was actually planning on doing was like these guys here, is the veteran ones I'll do with red shoulder pads because that's my veterans normally. Assault veterans normally get that as a thing. That's why I did my blade guard in that particular style.
Is there anything in your old codex which puts across the heraldry and what the the veterans should look like?
Yeah,
in your old codex?
As in the very old codex.
I'll
tell you what.
Well, not the recent.
One second, sir, because it's just over here. Unfortunately, obviously, this particular one is typically in black and white because obviously it's the old style. But yes, there's a lot of chit chat about this because obviously, but I've essentially, I mean, you can just go by. I mean, typically, if you look here, for instance, so you can see the assault squad here has red trim as it should.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right, Jack. It's colours based on role. So assault ones tend to. That's why I did my Blade Guard veterans with the red shoulder pads because I thought, yeah, they're assault and the veterans and sword brethren. So sword brethren or elites would normally typically have a black shoulder pad, but will also maintain the red. So you can see there.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's unfortunately because they pulled the extensive information of Black Templars from, there's not really a lot of it now, really, except in the Faith and Fury book and the old Templar book. There's not really an awful lot of information about it.
No.
Which is a
I
shame.
think it's a bit of a shame, really. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like, what do people think about that? Like, when I look at an army, I personally feel a little bit. I wouldn't say intimidated, but it's more of a challenge if you've got a defined army for a chapter, whatever, and you've got to have specific points on the model to represent their role in their squad or their company on there. And like I think Dave in the chat is, if he's still there, I don't know if he is, about Raven Guard, for instance, because for our Crusade Force, Dave's doing Raven Guard, and Raven Guard have got different colours around the trims, whichever company they're in, etc. And I have been relatively fortunate that, for instance, word bearers have been pretty slim when it comes to particular iconography on them. So I have personally added my own in there. Like, for instance, some of them have white marks on their faces, like scars, which is representative of a Ultramarine or Ultramarine Successor kill. Some have got bronze bits on there, which discerns about rank. So, I mean, maybe other people in the chat might have similar things with their armies where they've done certain things, where they put different iconography on there.
So, yes, the other thing I was talking to Dom the other day, I think I mentioned earlier in the chat, was also on this particular shield here, which they seem to have added more recently onto some of the models. This would typically denote the Crusaders' actual, well, what Crusade fleet he's in. So you'd have a couple. So as my Templar Crusade is called the Galeras Crusade, I'm going to have to come up with some form of. I've left them all blank because I'm going to come up with my own design for the shield because I want it to look custom to my guys and my guys only. And that's the one thing I'm going to try and make my army share across the board. Obviously, putting it on some of the smaller Marines is actually going to be nigh on impossible because I really hate combat shields personally. I think they're too big for the older Marines. I think they look a bit silly unless they're on an arm maybe, but they typically have them up here. But they're quite large for the Mark 1 Marines. What's this here?
Yeah. I like Daryl said there. Yeah, Blood Angels are definitely a big thing about this, where they have got all sorts of different things going on there. And for me, it's quite nice when someone's done it in their army, but I personally wouldn't want to do that in my army. Sarah works saying about chaos works better without it, as they are often collected individuals, which is correct. Like, I don't want to keep going, but my chaos got a lot more individual bits in there. Like, one's got a Blood Angel sword where previously he's killed a member of the Blood Angels. I've got a Dark Angel pauldron on one. Might represent he might have been a fallen that's joined the word bearers. But you've got all these different things where you can add in individuals rather than Marines. A lot of the time, kind of embrace their role
being
and their company. Yeah, exactly. So maybe Marines are more soldiers.
I mean, that's the difference between obviously Black Templars have a slightly they're a bit different in that way because obviously they eschew certain things from the codex in their size and also the way that they do their heraldry is slightly different. Typically, obviously, if you're a part of a tactical squad, you've got the tactical marking and that's it. Whereas these guys would have a certain different pauldron trim or something like that. But also, Crusader squads are typically different anyway, just in general. So, But anyway, yes.
That's all good. Yeah, Dan said he loves painting the heraldry on his Dark Angels. Lee, who's normally in the chat, he had a Dark Angel army, and bless it. He's not particularly. He doesn't paint that much.
No.
But I remember him having a Dark Angel Rhino and having a big tactical arrow on the back of it, and that was amazing. I was like, yes, I know what it is straight away. Although you are pretty much a caster, always being tactical guys in there. I just think it's brilliant when people do go and put that stuff on there. I personally, I wouldn't want to do that.
No,
I might be out my own league.
Well, so I try to put the Maltese cross on the top of my rhinos, which worked really nicely, but it's a pain in the arse to do. Absolutely pain in the arse because I'm not really a big freehander myself, but I try. I try.
Yeah, it's all part of the hobby, isn't it? You can take away what you want to have and put in what you want, which is quite nice. But yeah, it's good times, guys. We will be wrapping this up shortly. But once again, thank you very much for coming along.
Indeed, it's a pleasure to have you all here tonight. So
yeah, definitely. I will be carrying on with my Sisters of Battle next couple of days. I'll be posting some pictures up on Instagram once they're completed. They are really nice models, Tom.
I know.
Can I tell you about where I got these from?
No. Where did you buy your models from, Dominic?
Well, Tom, I'll let you into a little secret.
A little one.
There is a company called Goblin Gaming.
Gaming.
There'll be a link below that will take you to Goblin Gaming. And they're also affiliates of Blacktoe Studios. Not we're affiliates of them, they're affiliates of us.
Everything they sell, we get a cut. Yeah, okay, no.
Yeah, it's hard.
Don't listen to him. He's lying.
If you guys, if you use the link below, and you buy yourself something nice for Christmas or something, just keep you going through this time, because at the moment it's a bit up and down, isn't it? We're all in a difficult place. But models make everything better, and you can buy yourself or your mates something wargaming related. But if you use that link below, whatever you purchase for yourself or others, Blacktoe Studios will get a tiny bit of money back from that. And that money will go back towards the channel and creating, hopefully, brilliant content for you, but also in the future when we can all go outside and sneeze in each other's faces.
Free of guilt.
Free of guilt. We'll be hosting events. And events that obviously you guys will be invited to. And it's buying equipment, terrain, mats, tables to help us with those events. We obviously don't take anything ourselves. So it literally everything you contribute will go back into
towards some form of hobby-related thing,
and we benefit everyone. And you get a models out. Like you'll buy yourself some nice models, some Sisters of Battle, and you can glue and paint them with a smile on your face. But yes, do that if you haven't already. And thank you everyone that has used our link previously.
Indeed. Just
a reminder, we are doing a painting challenge in Discord for 2 weeks. We'll come back in January with the winners, but it's a vehicle, this theme. So it can't be a flyer, it can hover, but it has to be a vehicle. And please enjoy it, have fun. It's a challenge, it's not a competition. And it's brilliant reading through Discord. I really enjoy everyone's feedback.
It's been good. It's been very good last few weeks, guys. So, and honestly, from both of us, I'm sure, just everyone take care at the moment. Obviously, everything's a bit up in the air, and we wish you all the well, all the will in the world for Christmas and everything. And even if you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever you do this time of year, just enjoy yourselves and be safe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I hope Father Christmas brings you all something nice, or Baby Jesus, or whoever.
So yes.
Take care of yourself, guys.
Yeah.
And we will see you soon. Have a Merry Christmas.
Take care. Bye-bye.